Genesis chapter 25 is a chapter full of interesting events and stories. It begins with the death of Abraham, and then moves on to the story of his sons Isaac and Ishmael. After Abraham's death, Isaac and Ishmael came together to bury their father in the cave of Machpelah. Then, the chapter tells us about the descendants of Ishmael and their 12 sons. These descendants would go on to become great nations, and led a rich and prosperous life in the land of Arabia. Next, the focus turns to Isaac, who is married to Rebekah. The couple had been married for 20 years but had no children. However, God finally answered their prayers and Rebekah conceived. But her pregnancy was not an easy one, as she had twins who were fighting within her womb. God revealed to Rebekah that the two babies would be the fathers of two great nations, and that the elder son would serve the younger. The chapter ends with the birth of the twins, Esau and Jacob. Esau was born first and was a skillful hunter, while Jacob was born holding onto Esau's heel, which is why he was named Jacob, meaning heel grabber. Jacob was a quiet man who preferred to stay at home. The story of Genesis chapter 25 gives us an insight into the lives of Isaac and Ishmael and their descendants, as well as the birth of the twin brothers Esau and Jacob, who would go on to have a significant role in the history of the Israelites. Genesis chapter 26 tells the story of Isaac, the son of Abraham, who faced a famine in the land of Canaan, just as his father had. However, unlike his father who went to Egypt during the famine, Isaac was instructed by God to stay in the land. Isaac obeyed God and stayed in Gerar, where he claimed that his wife Rebekah was his sister to avoid being killed. But King Abimelech found out the truth and rebuked Isaac for lying to him. Abimelech then ordered his people not to harm Isaac or his family. Isaac then became very prosperous in Gerar, and the Philistines became envious of his wealth. They stopped up all of the wells that Abraham had dug and filled them with dirt. But Isaac did not give up. He kept digging new wells, and each time the Philistines filled them in, he dug another one. Eventually, Isaac dug a well that the Philistines did not fill in, and he named it Rehoboth, which means wide spaces. Isaac then moved to Beersheba, where God appeared to him and renewed his covenant with him, promising to bless him and his descendants. Isaac built an altar there and worshipped God. His servants also dug a well, which they called Sheba, which means oath, as they swore an oath there. Isaac's story shows us that, just like his father Abraham, he trusted in God and was faithful even in difficult times, and God blessed him and his descendants.